then we start disco dancing, and I'm just like, this is fun as hell. And I mean, it was just delirious fun. I just couldn't believe it was happening. And we're just doing our thing, and I happened to look up
I
at
can't
the
believe
cops
that's
again.
happening.
What?
I'm just kidding.
What? That I just did that. And we're just doing our thing, right? And I've got this kitten inside my jacket. It was one of the roomers' kittens. I ended up shepherding this kitten while the cops are busting us up. I end up with a kitten inside my jacket. So I'm disco dancing with this kitten, and I happened to
That
look
is
up
like
at the cops again because I saw them up there when they were like boom, and I was like, that's scary. And then we're dancing, and I happened to look up, and a couple of them, the whole line is like this, but a couple of them, like their heads were tilted sideways.
like what? Is he
Exactly.
dancing? Is he
Exactly.
holding a fuzzy kitten and dancing?
No, there's a whole group. They're not looking at me. They're just looking at the whole group. But a couple of them, their heads were cocked to the side, like, what the fuck is this?
That's what I'm talking about. Because at the end of camp, when we're all in the street and the ice cream trucks are yelling at us, they're gonna mace us and club us, and we're like, okay, just a minute, we're having a meeting, and then we started our GA. That was the funniest. I don't know if it was Rochelle who was like, "Do you guys want to have our general assembly right now?" You
Well, that
know,
was the exact perfect thing to do.
it was hilarious because they were so confused by that. They didn't know what to do. They're like, um, hello, you know, is this thing on? You know, I mean, what do you do? It was beautiful. But anyway, so we were talking about the other march. We were talking about Tahir Square, J25,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah. Okay, so Szymanski was my second march, and then J25 must have been my third. I don't
okay,
think I did
so
any
here's
others
the question. So you've really gone to the beatdown marches,
for a
except for the
while.
first one. Um, so with this Tahir Square, here's the reason that I'm so interested in that march in particular. I heard that this is the most clear cut example where there's no way that you could say that anybody instigated
As
anything.
far as what I saw, that is absolutely the truth
I mean,
of
you can't
all of
say
them.
that we
We
didn't
we
cross
weren't
our
even
eyes or
yelling. We
dot our
weren't we
T's.
weren't we weren't yelling "fuck the cops" or anything because we were marching, and like the chants were like, yes, we love Tahrir Square. Freedom is great. I mean, it wasn't like fuck the cops. And then
Right.
even when the cops were fucking with us, we were like, we weren't going. Some people were saying fuck you, that kind of thing. But then the we started taking different approaches. We were like, what are you? I mean, it was different. Like we were yelling at them, but it was different. It wasn't as acidic as sometimes it is.
Right.
And dude, and we were on the sidewalk. We were marching on the
And you were
sidewalk.
obeying the traffic
It
signal
was
on the
there was
sidewalk.
there was no reason for them to do
Okay,
what they did. It
so
was total bullshit.
here's why I'm so fascinated by this. I talked to Gary Crane, who manages the property of City Hall on a pretty
Yeah.
regular basis, and I was telling him that cops beat up protesters unprovoked, and he could not believe that because he was on the force 15 years ago, and he still does some like training for
Well, I'd love to
weapons
talk
and
to
stuff.
Mr. Gary Crane and share with him some of my experiences because
Well,
I saw a lot of
no,
cops beating the crap out of people.
okay, so I told him, you know, yeah, it's difficult experience talking to him. All right, it's to me it's worth the attempt, and some people would argue that there's no reason to have these conversations with a person like that, but I feel differently because um, there's he represents a point of view, and it's he it's shared by others quite often. So, but another thing is, he told me, he said, "There's no way I would believe that, but if that were true," I said, "Wait, we have video of every portion of that march." Well, you probably edit some things out where you provoked them. I was like, "No, we have it from start to finish. I've been told multiple cameras we could put together
The
all the footage."
J25 march? I don't think I've seen very little video of that,
Right.
but I didn't really go looking for it. I was there, so I was like, nah, I really don't want to see the video of that.
Right.
No, that
Been
was
there, done that.
enough.
Have the T-shirt. Yeah. But
And that's the night.
but this
And
is what
that's the
I
night that
told
we
him.
had a vigil at the Justice Center all night long. We sat out there and hung out and waited for them to release the people that they arrested that night.
Right. But what I'm trying to say is, he said, if that were true, and if I really saw that with my own eyes, that this was just cops hauling up and beating protesters who were obeying the law and doing nothing to jeopardize them, or breaking laws and etc. If I saw that, I would be the first to champion the cause of making that shit stop. Because that's not the police department I know. He was there 15 years ago. So
Well,
here
whatever.
here's the thing. The man doesn't believe it because of what he knew, and he's not in it, and he has his preconception. But I think we need to show people like that what is going on, and that I would like him to be there for it. I would like him to be in a march and watch cops haul off and just hurt people for no reason whatsoever. But I've heard that January 25th was a, a pristine example where nobody could spin it to say, you know, and I'm really
I didn't
interested in
see
that.
anything. There was no provocation that I saw
Yeah, I mean,
at
and
all.
what constitutes provocation for the need to use this force that we're talking about?
Well, they were jaywalking.
Yeah, those dirty
I mean, that is
jaywalkers.
the major crime of the evening, that people were jaywalking.
Yeah. Oh, I think they should be put down. Jaywalkers.
Well,
Life prison. Life in prison right there.
I mean, if you allow the jaywalking, then what's next? I mean, then it's
People picking flowers that don't belong to them.
oh, this is giving me butterflies in my stomach thinking about this. This is a slippery slope
Yeah.
to like fun and a good life.